Hey guys, so in this part we're going to make a quick tool to rotate all the vehicles because after importing them it did this, but it's really easy to fix. So we're just going to make a new actor. We're going to call it car rotator. We're going to open them up, go to the construction script, not the event graph, and we're going to make a branch by holding B and clicking if it decides it wants to. Make it false so it doesn't make the variable default to true. Oh, no, not a local variable. No. Promote to a variable and make it rotate cars, but we'll name it, get rid of the local variable. And when we click that, we'll set it back to false. So this is just going to make like a button we can click, basically. We're going to get all actors of class, skeletal mesh actor, and for each loop, we're going to add actor local offset, or local rotation, sorry, not offset. And we're going to set it to 90 degrees on the z-axis, which in this case is yaw. And I think that's all we need to do. I think the only skeletal meshes are the cars, but just to make sure, I'll show you a little fancy trick, which is get display name off the array element, contains, and we'll go to string contains and add ve, and we'll make a branch. And if this is true, so if the display name contains vehicle, we'll add the rotation. So this will just rotate the vehicles. Now we're just going to drag this guy into our world, and we forgot to make him editable. We'll select this again, rotate cars, instance editable, compile, save. And now with our guy selected, we'll click this, and all the cars have been rotated back into position, which is fantastic. And I think that's the right way. Yeah, okay, so that's that taken care of. Now the next thing we'll do is we'll add first person mode to the vehicle. And we're also going to add steering wheels, but we'll work on that a bit later. We're going to need to make an individual NMBP for each vehicle, which is easy, but we'll get to that in a moment. So we can delete our car. Well, we'll just leave it, but we don't need it anymore. We'll just move it to the game folder, I guess. So we'll go into our base vehicle, and we're going to add a scene first. And did I add the spring arm to the wrong vehicle? Yes, I did, so we're going to get rid of that. Well, we'll just hold this, Control X, I'll save. Geez, I screwed everything up in the last video, didn't I? So we'll just paste that into the new vehicle, base vehicle. So, sorry, just to explain what I did there is I moved the spring arm from vehicle sedan to base vehicle because I had it in the wrong one. So, we want it in the base vehicle, not the children. The reason we have children, if you don't know, is so we can have all the different cars. Alright, so we're going to add a camera to the scene. Just select it and the camera will default to on it. And we're going to drag the scene up to our first person view. And the reason we have a scene is so that VR will default to, I'll just turn off Skype. Thought I did that. I just can't figure out how to turn it off now. There we go. Okay. So compile and oh my god. Compile and save that. There we go. And move this guy up. We can actually, well, we can see right here, so I'll just drag this to my other monitor, sorry, so you won't be able to see that, but I'll just adjust it till it's in a good position. That seems about right. I'll bring this back. So now we have our third person camera and our first person camera, so I'll just rename those. FP camera, TP camera for third person, obviously. And now we'll make some functions. So we'll make a new function called set first person view and set third person view. And we'll just drag this camera into the set third person view function. Set active to false. Actually, we want deactivate, I think. I'm not sure if there's a difference, but we'll use deactivate. And we'll drag in the third person one and we'll activate. Or set active, set new active, and we'll reset it, I guess. Why not? Alright, and we'll copy this, put it in the first person, and we'll just connect this to this. Actually, we'll just hold Alt to disconnect those, and then we will connect this again. Okay, connect that. Make sure it's connected here. Okay. So now we'll go into our controller, human controller, and we're going to fix this laziness up, because it's bad practice. So we'll get this, Control X, and we'll just promote this to a variable. We'll call it base vehicle, or sorry, controlled vehicle. Pile save. And now we'll get this. Get this. Well, actually, we don't need to do that. We can just use one now. So now we'll do control vehicle. Actually, we can just use this one, sorry. Is valid. I'm not sure if that actually saves over the cast. It might. I think casts are inefficient somewhat, but I don't really know. I shouldn't talk about that. I don't actually know that stuff. I'm just a blueprint noob. Alright, so compile, save, and so if this is not valid, we're going to get our human. The reason we're doing this is so we can have our human and control him with the same controller. So, save that, and now we'll do project settings. Whoops, sorry. Project settings. That was right. And we'll go to, we'll make a new action mapping, and toggle view is what we'll call it. And sorry, let's not do it that way, actually. Let's make it an axis, I think. Yeah. Alright, we'll make it an axis, and we'll call it zoom. So wheel up. I changed my mind. We're not going to use that at all. We're just going to do it this way. I'm sorry about that. Wheel up. Wheel down. This is in the controller. We're going to get controlled vehicle. And set first person view if this is valid. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's not do it that way. That doesn't seem that smart. So we'll do a bool. Sorry, this one's all over the place. And we will set this to true, and the bool will be controlling vehicle. So if that's true, then we will set our movement controls. This seems like a better way. I've never liked using bools for things like this, but I don't know why. I guess it's efficient. So, all right, we'll do that. That works. Okay, so now if we're controlling vehicle when we zoom in, we will set it to first person view if we wheel up. And if we wheel down, we will set third person view. Another branch. Alright, that seems good. Toggle view. Pile save. And now let's check our car in game. And we should be able to zoom in and out. And it should work for VR as well. You can also make the zoom out button zoom out further, but we'll worry about that in a little bit. Alright, so what can we do next? The next thing we can do is we can make objects that we hit, physics objects, but the first thing we'll worry about is making humans that walk around and can be run over, because that's what we want, isn't it? Alright, so we'll get to that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.